Success is often measured by what we gain. More money, more recognition, more achievements. But life rarely asks us only to collect. Sometimes it asks us to let go. History is filled with people who held on too tightly, to dreams that no longer fit them, to paths that drained their spirit, to versions of themselves they had already outgrown. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." But if letting go is so important, why does it hurt so much? Why do we fear endings as if they are failures? Why do we cling to what breaks us simply because it once felt safe? Today's story is not about gaining more. It's about releasing what no longer serves you and discovering freedom on the other side. Stay with me until the end. This story may gently change the way you see loss. Long ago, near a wide and quiet river, there lived a skilled boatman named Rowan. For more than 30 years, Rowan ferried people across the water. Travelers, merchants, families, and pilgrims. His boat was old but strong, carved from dark wood, shaped by his own hands when he was young. That boat was more than his livelihood. It was his identity. Every morning before dawn, Rowan would push it into the river, feeling the familiar weight beneath his feet. The rhythm of the oars, the sound of wood against water. It was a life he knew by heart. But as the years passed, the river began to change. The currents grew stronger, storms came more often, the water rose higher each season. Younger boatmen arrived with newer boats, faster and lighter. Travelers slowly chose them instead. Rowan worked harder. He rowed longer hours. He ignored the pain in his shoulders and the stiffness in his hands. "I cannot stop now," he told himself. "This boat is all I have." One stormy afternoon, the river swelled beyond its banks. The wind howled and the sky turned dark like wet ash. Against his better judgment, Rowan took one last passenger across the river. Halfway through, a powerful wave struck the side of the boat. The wood cracked loudly, a sound that felt like a bone breaking inside his chest. Rowan managed to reach the shore safely, but his boat was badly damaged. The villagers gathered around him. "This is terrible," they said. "Your boat is ruined. How will you live now?" Rowan stared at the broken wood in silence. That night, he sat alone by the river, running his fingers along the splintered edge. Without the boat, who was he? For days, Rowan tried to repair it. He patched the cracks, replaced planks, tightened the ropes, but the boat never felt the same. Each time he returned to the river, fear followed him. One evening, an elderly woman came to sit beside him. She had crossed the river with him many times before. "You look tired," she said gently. "I've lost everything," Rowan replied. She shook her head slowly. "No," she said, "you've only lost what you were holding." Her words stayed with him. That night, Rowan dreamed of the river, calm and wide. In the dream, he stood on the shore without his boat, afraid to step forward, but the water did not pull him under. It carried him. Weeks passed. Rowan stopped trying to fix the boat. Instead, he began helping travelers prepare for their journeys. He taught young boatmen how to read the river, how to respect its moods, how to sense danger before it appeared. He noticed something strange. Without the burden of rowing all day, his breath felt lighter. Without the fear of storms, his sleep grew deeper. Without clinging to what he had been, he slowly discovered who he still was. One morning, a young man asked him, "Do you miss the boat?" Rowan smiled, not sadly, but softly. He said, "I miss who I thought I was, but I don't miss the weight." He looked at the river, sparkling quietly in the sunlight. "I thought losing my boat meant losing my purpose, but it turns out my purpose was never the boat. It was the wisdom I gained along the way." Years later, Rowan became known not as a boatman, but as a guide. People came to him when they stood at the edge of change, when careers ended, when dreams collapsed, when life forced them to start again. And he always told them the same thing. Not every ending is a failure. Some are invitations. Not every loss takes something from you. Some give you yourself back. So if something in your life is falling apart right now, a relationship, a dream, a version of you that no longer fits, pause before you call it a tragedy. It may not be the river pushing you away. It may be life asking you to stop rowing and trust the current. Because sometimes the moment you let go is the moment you finally begin to move forward.